Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are going to do something different with this specific reading, as you can tell from the thumbnail and the title. Yeah, we're going to be tapping into your person's thoughts and feelings. We're putting a spin on it though, no Delulu. Okay. Now the reason why I'm explaining this, because I do set the intention for every single reading that I give that the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help us, source, God, universe, whatever comes through. I just want to see what happens when we put this bit of a spin on it. Okay, we set the specific intention. So what I'm feeling is going to start, that's going to happen with this specific reading is, yeah, we're going to get your person's true thoughts and feelings where you truly stand with them, which, you have been receiving on this channel, I believe, as of to date. There might be some things coming through, though, that might feel a little bit more harsh or more triggering. Maybe some things that you're not wanting to hear. And why I'm doing this and why I believe that that will be beneficial for you is because, especially if you are continuing to experience a dynamic in your relationship with your person that you don't want to have, like if you are continually experiencing a dynamic that leaves you feeling maybe rejected or disappointed or maybe frustrated, whatever the case may be, there may be some things in your nervous system, in your own energy, in your subconscious that is directly contributing to your person, the person on your mind showing up the way that they do. Okay. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, check the description box below. I subscribe to something called the law of assumption, where I believe that everyone and everything is you pushed out, that you are singular source. Okay. And everything that you are seeing and experiencing on the 3D screen is a direct reflection of what is going on within you. This is why, just a short little example, when you manage to let go and detach from what is happening in your 3D world, that's usually when what it is that you've been wanting this entire time finally is able to come in. That's just a very little minuscule part of it, okay? If you're interested in knowing how and why you're able to manifest specific dynamics in your connection with anybody, right? And just in your world in general, I have another channel available. It's called The Synergy Effect with Michelle Estrada. It's linked in the description box below. There are a couple of videos you can start with. Okay, the first one I recommend is how to stop manifesting separation between you and your person. The other one is the process by which you're able to do that, and that video is called Releasing the Wants, okay? So just a caveat, because a lot of people that that go down the rabbit hole of law of assumption for the purposes of manifesting in their specific person usually are coming from it from the wrong space, okay? Usually they're wanting to manifest a specific person in as a way to fill a void. And anytime we're trying to fill a void, we're only creating more of the void to fill. I hope that makes sense. And so before you get lost down that rabbit hole of manifesting in your specific person, you really want to make sure that you're doing the work to ensure that you're coming from the wrong space. Because if you don't heal the void first, yes, you might be able to manifest them in, but problems are still going to persist because you're not manifesting from the space of being source, being whole, being satisfied and fulfilled. You're manifesting from a space of feeling empty, filling a void inside. All right. So I just wanted to preface that because I feel like that's exactly what's going to be happening here. We are going to be tapping into some energies where, you might have a void, you might have a fear of abandonment, some very subconscious core level wounding that is contributing to the experience that you have been having with your person. Okay. And we're not talking about victim shaming or victim blaming or anything like that. If you don't believe in manifestation, if you don't believe in everything and everyone is you pushed out, please click off this video. I mean, you can watch it. You know, you might find out some things about, you know, your person and what they think and, you know, how they feel about you and where you truly stand and stuff like that. But you may not be able to benefit from the advice and the work that we talk about in terms of clearing out whatever triggers or pain might pop up as a result of hearing some of these things. And that's my whole purpose for having this channel, is truly helping you guys heal from the inside out. And so what might end up happening for a lot of you as you dive into the shadow work connected to, you know, why you might be experiencing certain dynamics with your person, you heal that void, you heal that shadow, you know, many things can happen. One of the things that could happen is you may just end up not wanting your person anymore. Okay. The other possibility is, you know, as you shift your energy, you may still love and desire your person and want something with them. But what you will start to see is that because you're shifting internally, and because your 3D world is a direct reflection of what's going on with you internally, your person, the person on your mind that you want this connection with, if you do want a connection with them, they finally start to shift. They start to conform. I hope that makes sense. Okay. If you have any questions about, you know, how to manifest in a specific person, things of that nature, just check the description box below again for those videos in that channel that I mentioned earlier. Right, you guys, let's get to your reading. What's up, Infinite One? How are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We are doing another pick a card love reading. I'm not going to go too much into an intro here. You guys, for this specific reading, I want you to go and watch the, what is it, like the 6-minute pick a card video intro here. Okay, it's very important. I explain why we are doing this spin on a pick a card love reading, how it's going to help you, because I am probably going to be possibly tapping into some information here that could be triggering. Okay, and I talked to you in the intro about, you know, the purpose of this reading and what to do with the information, how to clear out whatever, you know, triggers might be brought up here, and the benefit of doing that, right? If you are curious or you know anything at all about manifesting in either a specific person, manifesting in an SP, or how to shift the energy yourself within the dynamic of your relationship and your connection, you do have the ability, I believe. And I've seen it myself. I've experienced it myself in my own life, and I've seen it in countless other people. When you shift the dynamic within, you're able to shift the dynamic without, okay, outside of you. So go watch that intro, come back here, and we'll enjoy your reading, okay? So just keep in mind, it is a general, so whatever if it resonates, awesome. Do the work that's described here. I would normally say if it doesn't resonate, you know, just drop it and leave it behind. There might be some specifics that come through that don't resonate, but I will say if something isn't resonating, that might be an indicator that there is still some shadow work that needs to be done. Just ask yourself, you know, is this something that I believe or that I fear might be true, right? If it just absolutely doesn't resonate, then go ahead and drop it and just leave it behind for whoever it does, okay? I do have personal readings available if you want for me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person. The description box below has all the booking details. There's a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are only like $25 USD. All right, you guys. And then if you want to work with me personally, one-on-one, where we're able to dive into your specific issues and blocks and whatever's going on with you internally that is contributing to the dynamics of your connection with your person, I do have live one-on-one sessions. We meet via Zoom. Okay. Time allotments start at about 20 minutes. You can book up into an hour, but you can buy, get as many as you want. If you want it more than an hour, you can buy an hour session and then add 30 minutes onto it, or whatever the case may be. Okay. Those are available too. Link in the description box. All right, you guys, pile one. You were drawn to the very gemmy, very gemmy amethyst stone here. And I say it's gemmy because look how clear it is. And then when it hits the light, you can see some rainbows in it. Very beautiful stone. We'll see if maybe there's something to do with that coming through when it comes to your person. We're going to find out. Like no Delulu, right? Where do you truly stand? Like, you know, I'm having your person come right out and tell you whatever the truth is about their true feelings, whatever the case may be. Like, tell pile one the truth about, you know, where you stand with them, all that good stuff. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, let's see. So we have rock bottom. The number 10 may be significant. It could be a day of the month. Could be October, just the number 10 maybe. We also have the number 19 with strings. So the 19th could be significant of any given month. Maybe the number, well, it also adds, so 10. 10 might be coming up for you quite a bit. Let's see. Let's find out what's going on with rock bottom. I'm going to go ahead and read the book. Let's see, it did show up in the upright position. So it says surrender and acceptance are the keys to freedom. So upright, it says, as difficult as it may be to accept, it seems that you've reached a point where you can go no further in the same manner in which you've been doing things. Perhaps you've hit a proverbial brick wall or experienced a deep sense of loss and don't know where to turn. The old way of doing things must be discarded fully in order to move onward and upward. A new direction and a new strategy is called for. It says the only way out is through surrender. Accept things as they are and admit that you have no idea what to do next. If you wait in that heartfelt moment of release, then a stairway will appear like magic, and all manner of synchronicities will show you the way to higher ground. The rock bottom card is a sign that a miracle is about to occur, but only if you let go completely. So we have that with rock bottom. We've got strings. We have obstacles here that says unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. And then we also have the card of mirroring with the number 29 here. So maybe like the 29th of the month could be significant. The number 11. There's a lot of angel numbers coming out with 1010 and then 11. Other dates could be like 10/19, October the 19th. October might be significant for you guys for some reason. I'm getting a lot of dates in October, okay? October 10th, just the month of October, October 19th, October 29th, all right? With mirroring, it says issues are being reflected and exposed. Flaws are being illuminated. Like attracts like. Okay. There's a subtle energy. Okay, so I will say when rock bottom came out, I did kind of get of a sense of your person feeling like there's two things coming through. Like you guys, yeah, like there's a brick wall. Like you guys, for whatever reason, cannot go any further. And then there's also this message coming through where your person, where you stand with them, pile one, like no Delulu, right? Your person wondering whether or not if you guys have already, like if the connection itself has already hit its peak, okay? If you guys have already gone as far as you can go. Rock bottom can also talk about, you know, things in your guys' connection possibly have hitting like a new low, right? Like literally, like there's something happened in your guys' connection where the connection hit rock bottom, and there is a message coming through, like, you know, when you do hit rock bottom, it can be a good thing because there's nowhere else to go from up. There's nowhere else to go from here but up, okay? I will say in that energy, there's nowhere left to go from here but up. There is some energy coming through there is some hope. It's not very, I'm not picking up on that hope is very strong, but I'll say there's a wish. There's a wish and a hope that your person has, because, you know, the rock bottom card was talking about a miracle. Like your person is open to maybe working things out, seeing things through. I just heard they're open to seeing things through. But they may be getting an energy from you, pile one, that maybe you're not open to that. We are going to see what's going on with obstacles here in a minute. Actually, I do want to go ahead and get these situated. We'll put these up here. With strings, your person is not necessarily wanting you guys, they still feel connected to you. For a lot of you, I just heard, they still feel bound to you. Okay, so I am gonna say, like, no, Delulu, pile one. Your person, okay, they're feeling more pessimistic about the ability to recover this connection, maybe due to just the connection imploding on itself, maybe due to something that they did, or just who knows what the case may be. There is an obstacle that your person is acknowledging that is getting in the way. For some of you, that obstacle is, it could be time, it could be distance. And it could be, it could be anything. Let's find out. What's this obstacle? Time, distance. For some of you, it could be financial. Could be your person's own fears and anxieties. But whatever that obstacle is, with the fact that we do have the Eight of Swords clarifying it, pile one, no, Delulu, the obstacle largely is in your person's head. Their thoughts and their views and their mindset, and they may have a propensity to self-sabotage, maybe, self-limit themselves. Let's find out. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's them. It's their way of looking and perceiving things, because we have the Queen of Pentacles coming out alongside with the King of Pentacles. The problem here is the Queen of Pentacles came up in the upright position and the King of Pentacles came out in the reverse. And so this is your person feeling like they're not a match for you, okay? And it has to do in the realm of finances and the material world, right? Maybe they feel like you guys are from two different sides of the street, or maybe there's two different, so you get what I'm saying, right? The wrong, like you're from the right side of the street and they're from the wrong, or it could be vice versa. Two different like social classes, or I don't know how to explain that. Like, maybe they feel like they don't make enough money for you. It could also just be a lifestyle thing. It doesn't have to be money based, and it could just be like maybe the way you live your life is, there's a stark contrast to how they live their life. And you could be very healthy, you could be very grounded, you could be very stabilized, and you got everything together, and they don't, right? Things in their life could just be very shaky. Okay, I'm picking up it's more of a lifestyle thing, but for some of you it could be financial, because that kind of was coming through, not in the strongest of energies though. All right, so whatever the obstacle is, it's a problem that your person is kind of making up in their head, okay, for the most part. Let's find out what's going on with, and I just saw the King of Swords in the reverse position at the bottom of the deck. They're not seeing things clearly. Definitely not seeing things clearly. They're not, what they're doing, pile one, no, Delulus, they're getting, their thoughts, their perceptions, their programming, their fears, their doubts is what is causing the obstacle in this connection. And so, that may have caused them, I'm hearing, they may have lashed out at you. They may have, and whether they lashed out verbally, like directly lashed out at you, or maybe like maybe they did something, or they're showing up in a way in this connection that caused the connection to hit rock bottom or to implode, or whatever the case may be. That was their wounds lashing out, okay? Okay, definitely some triggering going on here. With mirroring. Okay, no, Delulu, pile one. something about this connection really triggers your person, really triggers them. Feeling like they don't measure up to you in some way, shape, or form. With the King and the Queen of Pentacles that we saw earlier, the King of Pentacles being in the reverse. At their core, at the core of this connection is rock solid. It could be, right? The two of you are very compatible. You guys fit. The problem here, though, is programming, core level wounding, wounded egos, a wounded inner child, abandonment wounds, you know, attachment issues, things of that nature. And again, you know, there's mirroring here. So as I was talking and as I mentioned in the intro to this video, you know, if you believe in the law of assumption, if you believe in everyone as you pushed out, if you believe that you are the projector and everything that is happening in your outside world is a 100% direct reflection of your inner world, then, you know, rather than focusing on how your person might be seeing you as their reflection, you're being urged to see how they are reflecting you. Okay. Again, go check out the intro if you're feeling a little bit lost, because if you are having a hard time moving through whatever rock bottom has happened, you know, your guys' connection hitting rock bottom, that's happening for a reason. And so, you know, there's some shadow work that can be done, healing work that can be done, you know, dissolving triggers, dissolving wounds, resetting your core, healing your central nervous system so that your nervous system allows good things to happen to you, right? Man, there's a lot to be said about all of that. Okay, let's find out what's going on with strings, and then we'll move on. Tell me more about strings. Ooh, your person may be watching you online with the Page of Swords here. Keeping notes and tabs on you, pile one. No Delulu, okay? They're checking your social media. They're at least trying to figure out how to find out, get a good idea what you got going on in your life, all right? They are watching you, though. Your person is trying as hard as they can. They're not wanting to let the connection go. They can be very mean-spirited, though, is what I'm hearing, but they're trying to they're trying to get it under wraps, because your person may have the ability to cut very deeply with their words, especially when their own wounding is triggered, when their nervous system is triggered. You know, they go into survival mode, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, they can lash out at you and say some of the meanest things. There is a subtle apology coming through, like they do feel bad about that. But with the Five of Swords here in the upright position being clarified by the Nine of Wands in the upright position, despite all of the fights that you guys may have had, and that may be you guys hitting rock bottom, saying some really mean things to each other, hurting each other, you know, hitting below the belt, cutting to the core. Despite some of those really knockdown, drag out fights, it's like your person is still persisting towards this connection, or at least in the energy toward they're not giving up. Okay, they're not giving up. They're trying to figure out a way. So we got the Ten of Wands in the reverse position here, and it came out with the King of Swords in the upright position. They're trying to figure out a way. Let me see. Your person could also, side note, be suffering from depression or just a depressive episode. Tell me more about the Ten of Wands in the reverse and the King of Swords energy here. Learning lessons, yeah. There's a cycle here your person's wanting to break. They're wanting to get out of. because a cycle that it's not even a cycle, it's been, yeah, it has been, but when I think about a cycle, it isn't just like a closed loop. It can be a spiral going up, right, or a spiral going down. And you guys have, that's why this connection has hit rock bottom, because there's been a cycle here that has been taking this connection down, 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 down. Things have gotten more mean, more cutthroat, more cut to the core, you know, over time. And they're trying to figure out how to learn whatever lesson they're needing to learn. They're trying to figure out new ways of maybe figuring out a different way of approaching you, a different way of showing up, a different way of communicating with you. And there is something here with the Ten of Wands in the reverse that can talk about unloading, right? Dropping burdens. They're having a hard time, though, trying to figure out what that is or how to go about doing that. Again, with the rock bottom card here, it did kind of give this air of, you know, I wish... I would love to be able to ascend from this rock bottom place with pile one, but your person isn't, they're not too hopeful, right? They're not, I should say, optimistic. They're a little bit hopeful. They wish, you know, they're like, if they were to be granted a miracle, they would definitely take it. But your person's not very optimistic that this connection is going to be able to recover from whatever, you know, rock bottom energy that is, okay? Let's get their thoughts and feelings. Is there anything else? Let's see what I do want to. Let's look at mirroring, and then we'll get their thoughts and feelings. This can talk about reconciliation, but hold on, because this did kind of come out in a funky position. Tell me about the Three of Cups. Okay, yeah, so in this context, the Three of Cups can talk about reconciliation. So, and the fact that it's clarifying mirroring, this is same for both of you. There are times when you guys think about or maybe desire reconciliation, and there's times when you don't. Right? And a lot of it ties back to this rock bottom energy here. I'm picking up energies or messages, pile one, where it's like, right when you think that there might be a possibility to mend things, somebody says the wrong thing, or maybe it's the right thing but in the wrong tone, or there's something here about communication. Your guys' communication really needs an overhaul. And it could just be that over time it's just been a bad habit, right? Your person might text you something and maybe you read it in the wrong tone because you just expect that from them. You know, it's something like that, and vice versa, right? This is happening on both sides. You might say something to them and they took it the wrong way. They interpreted it the wrong way, right? And that could be happening on both sides here. And so, you know, a lot of this might be mirroring energies here. So, I mean, you might be saying like, oh, that's my energy, but with mirroring, this is on both sides, okay? It's definitely on both sides. Definitely a lot of imbalance coming through with Temperance in the reverse showing up at the back of the deck. It's showing up at the back of the deck though, because from here you can't get any lower than rock bottom. So y'all can either just stand on rock bottom and stay where you're at, or you can go up from there. It's not going to get any lower than that. And so the reason why Temperance is showing up in the reverse at the back of the deck is because things are going to get balanced out either way. Whether the two of you decide to try to ride the spiral up together or do it on your own individual journeys, you know, in separation or broken up or whatever the case may be, okay? So overall energies, pile one, no Delulu, okay, for real. Yeah, you know, Your person has said some mean things to you. A lot for some of them, that, you know, it's kind of back and forth. Some of the things they did mean. Okay, that is a no Delulu thing. Okay, pile one, there was something that they said to you that may have cut you to the core, and they were actually telling you the truth about what they really thought and how they truly felt. Anything to add to that? Because what I'm picking up on, what that is, it's very mean-spirited. It was something that hurt you, something that may have cut you to the core. I mean, there is an energy coming from your person, pile one, that they do feel bad for having voiced that out loud. I am picking up that they don't want whatever it was that they told you, even though that was reflective of their true thoughts and feelings towards you and towards the connection. They're not wanting it to be the reason why, you know, the two of you call it quits permanently. So that makes me think that whatever it is, your person may have hyper inflated the importance of whatever it was that they said. For some of you, it could have just been, it's not the strongest of energies. For some of you, it was just what they were thinking and how they were feeling in the heat of the moment. Because people's thoughts and feelings can shift depending on, you know, definitely depending on feeling states, emotions being triggered. Okay, that is something that is coming through. They may have commented on your appearance, your physical attractiveness to them. Whatever that was, pile one, I mean, it's not... It's weird because whatever it was that they told you out of anger that they did truly feel and think in that moment isn't enough for your person to not want to like work on things and not want to be with you anymore. And then we got the devil showing up at the back of the deck. Definitely what they said to you is definitely coming from a wounded ego, definitely coming from their shadow. What your person is saying now is like, you know, when they're not mad at you, when the two of you aren't going at it like cutting, you know, being cutthroat towards each other and hit below the belt and stuff, even though they might still think the way that they think in regards to whatever it was that they said or did that really hurt you, that may have cut you to the core, it matters to them and it doesn't. Okay, let's find out. Let's go see what's going on with their thoughts and feelings. No Delulu. Pile one's person, no Delulu. Tell pile one the truth about what you truly think and how you truly feel towards them. Tell pile one the truth. I'm going to shuffle one more time. Tell pile one the truth. Tell pile one the truth. Tell pile one the truth. Still heartbroken. Please don't give up on me. What did I tell you? Okay. Again, this is no Delulu. All right. This is I love you, but I'm not in love with you. That may have been what they told you. Okay. We'll see, because I am going to clarify. We are going to get some more messages. Your true thoughts and feelings towards pile one. No Delulu. No Delulu. If I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. No Delulu. Can we be friends? No Delulu. I want the same as you. There's more of that mirroring. There's more of that mirroring energy. And then the bottom of the deck says, I don't know what I want. Let's find out. Let's see. We're going to clarify still heartbroken. They're heartbroken, but they're doing okay with the Nine of Pentacles here. So, I mean, they're not, I mean, they might be missing you. They might be seeing it as, you know, it would take a miracle for the two of you to be able to reconcile and have, you know, a thriving, healthy relationship and stuff like that. But, you know, if we're being honest, pile one, about how your person truly thinks and feels towards you and the connection, they'd, at right now, they feel like they're better off alone. They're better off single. But we are talking about, you know, specifically how they truly feel and what they think about you and this connection. They're still heartbroken about things maybe not working out between the two of you the way that they had hoped. Okay. Your person is very torn. Very torn. Because, okay, they have over here, like, they're still heartbroken. They're still hurt over some of the things that was said, right? Some of the hurtful things that have been said back and forth. You know, they're sad that they hurt you. They said some things that really hurt you. They're really sad over some of the hurtful things you may have said to them, okay? And they're over here in this energy like, please don't give up on us. Don't give up on this connection, right? And your person may be coming from a space with that. I will clarify, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Your person may genuinely, at least where they're at right now, right, be thinking and believing that tight-knit, that romantic part of the connection, like they're over that, okay? They might be over the romantic part of the connection. I won't necessarily say they're over the sexual part, but I mean, it's more because we have underneath there, can we be friends? So they're not necessarily wanting to lose the connection for good, but they may be, you know, over here, and I am going to clarify that with I love you, but I'm not in love with you. They still care about you. They still feel an affinity towards you and towards a connection. They don't want to let it go, but it may be just one of those things where it's like, you know, I love you, but I don't want to be with you like that anymore, right? It could also be that energy. It may not necessarily be that they're not in love with you anymore. It could just very well be like, yeah, I love you and I'm in love with you, but I don't want to be with you like that anymore. I don't want to be your spouse. I don't want to be your significant other. I don't want that part of the connection. You know, can we be friends? Let's clarify. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Sun in the reverse. It's funny that we have the sun, or I shouldn't say it's funny, it's interesting that we have the sun coming out here, which is the happiest card in the deck, regardless of what position it comes out of. And then we have the Ten of Swords showing up in, you know, in the reverse. For some of you, if we're being honest, yeah, you know, there was that feeling there, like that, you know, your person was in love with you at some point. There's also a message coming through like it could have been really good. But it didn't quite get there. That could be another message too. like your person came very close to being in love with you, but y'all didn't quite get there. And it could have been because of this very painful energy with the Ten of Swords. Although it is showing up in the reverse, it's still a very painful energy. It's almost with that card, the energy that's coming through, it's almost like y'all came very close, or your person came very close. That could also be, you know, your person coming through and saying, like, maybe they just barely got over that part. Like, you know, that happened very recently, like them realizing that they're not in love with you anymore, but they still love you. Okay. That's also coming through. Yeah, I'm not picking up with this one here, you know, with I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I'm not picking up that that's your person in denial. I do feel like that they are truly coming from that space. Let's keep moving. Your person cares for you deeply, pile one. I will say that, no Delulu, okay? They care about you deeply. They love you, okay? For a lot of you, you know, they don't want to say goodbye permanently to the connection. They do want to maintain some kind of a friendship. Down here it says, if I can undo the pain that I caused you, I would. There is some remorse and some regret and even some guilt coming through in your person's energy about some of the things they've said and the ways that they have behaved and the ways that they have treated you. Your person is coming through saying they are recognizing that things in this connection could have been very good. They could have been awesome, right? And there is a finality coming through in your person's energy here where, you know, yeah, they're open to leaving that door open maybe at some point in the future, whatever the case may be. But they're not very optimistic towards it. So they're open, right? They're not locking the door. The door, I do feel like the door is shut, or it is shutting for your person in regards to this connection, pile one. Not locking, but definitely shutting, like your person just kind of shutting the door on this connection. So that's letting me know they're not really interested in this point in time and putting forth any more effort or anything. So yeah, and you know, when we talk about hitting rock bottom and there's nowhere else to go from, you know, from here, you know, except for upwards. Currently, because we did pick up on that message where, you know, they're better off alone, right? Or at least better off not being in this connection. They're more interested in going separate ways, right? Starting that path on the spiral upwards from rock bottom on their own, or at least not in this connection with you, okay? Tell me more about, can we be friends? There is some mirroring here, so you guys may actually be on the same page with your person. You guys may actually be like, yeah, you know, you love your person and you've also fallen out of love with him, right? You might also be interested in keeping open some kind of a more friendlier communication, whatever the case may be, because we do have I want the same as you, and we do have the mirroring card. So for some of you, you know, like, no Delulu, you know, you and your person are on the same page about just, you know, maybe going your separate ways and you know, going, you know, exiting rock bottom, going on your way back up separately and not together, right? Healing separately, individually, and not together. You also might believe, pile one, that you're better off alone, or at least not with this person. Tell me more about, can we be friends? Yeah. King of Wands in the reverse, that's, you know, that's kind of losing that romantic attraction. But the King of Wands in the reverse is also talking about, you know, not really being confident that you guys can even maintain a friendship, you know. It can go either way. Again, there's a lot of mirroring here. All right, so if you're still attracted to your person romantically or sexually, pile one, your person is too, but there's just more of a sense of there's more than that is needed in order to like stay in that in love place with someone. Like, yeah, I'm romantically and sexually attracted to you, but I need more than that to really be like head over. Like no, Delulu, you guys are not head over heels in love with each other, at least anymore. Not anymore, right? And that may be why it's like I did pick up in the beginning, like time and distance, and the distance may not even be is it geographical? Did I say it right? The distance could be emotionally, you know, time has created time, you know, an emotional distance and a mental distance between the two of you where you guys are just not closely bonded anymore. And so that makes a lot of sense, right? I want the same as you. Tell me more about that. There, yeah, look at that. Queen of Wands in the reverse, and we saw the King of Wands in the reverse. Yes, you guys are absolutely on the same page. Absolutely. A lot of mirroring going on in this connection. A lot of mirroring. So, I mean, if there is a sensation coming through, like when I tell you that your person isn't in love with you, they don't want to be like with you like that anymore, and that trips up any kind of some kind of a painful emotional reaction, whether it's anger or, you know, whether it's sadness or whatever the case may be, yet you also know that you actually feel the same way about them, right? It's one of those things like, I don't want you, but I don't want you to not want me, right? Like, I don't want you and I'm not in love with you, but what do you mean you're not in love with me? Like, you know what I mean? So there might be some shadow work on your side, pile one, that needs to be done. If you know, you feel like you're not in love with your person, you don't want to be with your person anymore, but to find out that they actually feel the same way towards you, you know, makes you feel any type of way, right? Definitely go and watch that video, like Releasing the Wants. It helps you to dissolve those triggers, dissolve whatever pain might be coming up, you know, challenging emotions, whatever the case may be, because, you know, that's coming from like a wounded inner child or a wounded ego. If you don't want to be with someone, then, you know, it doesn't really make sense to be stuck on the fact that they also don't want the same things from you, okay? Yeah, this is mutual. There's no emotional fulfillment between the two in this connection, at least anymore. There's no fun, no emotional fulfillment. There's no satisfaction. You guys are not getting anything from each other other than pain and frustration and disappointment. And it's mutual. Okay. Let's see. We're going to close with some messages to you, you guys. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a minute if you would. Smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. It's also a great way to show your appreciation. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it's resonating. Hit that subscribe button to become part of the family, as well as the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. All right, pile one's person. What do you want to say to pile one? No Delulu. No Delulu. No bullshit. I hide my feelings. I don't know what comes next. Let's get one more. Okay, two more. And they're saying they feel you leaving them behind. Okay, they're still turned on by like your intellect. If you guys had amazing conversations, they actually miss those. And there's mirroring here going on too. And so like your person's coming through saying like, yeah, they don't want you like that anymore. You know, not to say that they're not attracted romantically to you, but they don't want to be with you anymore, right? They don't want a relationship with you. They don't want to work on anything with you. They don't want you like that. And because you guys are mirroring so much, it hurts them to know or to think that you feel the same way. Okay. So, I mean, if you were to tell your person that, you know, yeah, it's mutual, I don't want to be with you either, that would actually hurt them, even though they feel the same way. Let's get messengers of the heart, and I'll tell you more of what I'm seeing. What do you want to say to pile one? Tell the truth. Truthfully. Passion ignited. Okay, so the sexual attraction is still there, okay? But this is where your person is coming from, because passion ignited says their intense sexual desire towards you is making it difficult for them to know the difference between lust and love. Okay, let's get two more. Again, this is mirroring, and that's why I did see it. I said it earlier. You know, if you are still sexually attracted to your person and even romantically attracted to them, yet you just, for whatever reason, like the thought of being in a relationship, in a committed relationship with your person at this point in time is just a complete turnoff. That it's the same. They feel the same way. They're also still very sexually and romantically attracted to you, but for whatever reason, it's like that's not enough, right? And maybe it's because you know, there's only so much time you can spend in the bedroom. Like, you know, your person is fine. Like, you and your person are fine, you know, if y'all are, you know, going at it hot and heavy in the bedroom. It's the minute you step outside the bedroom and actually try and do life together, like live life together, where the both of you are turned off towards the connection, right? And so the only thing that really feels like it's thriving here is your guys' sexual bond and chemistry, right? The bond outside of the bedroom is what really caused you guys to hit rock bottom. No, Delulu, your person is saying if it wasn't for the sexual chemistry that the two of you had, you guys would have hit rock bottom a long time ago. It may have been the sexual energy between the two of you, pile one, that really kept your guys' connection going, kept both of you holding on for as long as you did. Okay, let's get one more. With I feel you leaving me behind, your person is also bothered by that. Like, your person feels you moving on, pile one, and it actually does bother them. We got investigating at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. And so, you know, there, again, a lot of mirroring. They are checking your social media. There still is a part of them that is very attached to this connection, although it is a toxic attachment showing up because, you know, we had the devil show up earlier. You know, we even had, you know, temperance showing up in the reverse, even though it was at the bottom of the deck. And so there is, your person still feel, and again, that's mutual. That's why both of you, it's like neither one of you want to be in the connection anymore. Neither one of you want to, you know, be in a committed relationship. You don't want that kind of a dynamic, but at the same time, it's like you don't want the other person to feel the same way. It's mutual, right? There, because there is, okay, all right, that's part of the shadow work, you guys, that needs to be done, is that attachment. There's an attachment there where, you know, especially if it really bothers you, pile one, to know that your person does not want to be with you like that anymore. They don't want to, you know, be your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife or husband or your spouse, or something. They don't want that with you anymore. Not to say that they're, you know, they're still very sexually attracted to you and would F you right now if you let them, but they don't want anything more than that. But the thing is that's exactly how you feel too. You don't want anything more with them. And there's an attachment there that has you in that energy where it's like, I don't want you, but how dare you not want me? Right? There's that's the thread. That's the cord that needs to be dissolved. Okay. And again, check my other channel to dissolve that cord so that, you know, knowing that your person doesn't want you anymore actually doesn't, you could care less. Right? Like, I don't care if you want me or not. I don't want you either, and actually mean it, right? All right, so we have unseen factors. It says there's more to this love story, though you cannot see it now. There is still much more to unfold. There's still some lessons to learn here, pile one, okay? I am picking up this, oh my gosh, what a cliffhanger, because we're getting ready to end this reading, but it's like there's still more to the story. There's still more to see here, right? Coldness, there it is again. Coldness says they feel you pulling away, and this one says I feel you leaving me behind. It says they feel you pulling away. They wish they could pull you back and convince you they're worth keeping. Both of you mutually may have some kind of a worthiness wound, right? especially if you take it personally that they don't want you like that anymore. And they're taking it personally too, pile one. There's still something, though, going on with this connection. I'm hearing it's not over yet. You haven't, you know what I mean? Whatever that might mean. It's not over yet. There's still things here to be learned. There's still, you know, gems here to be gleaned. You know, yes, appearances can and often are, can be very deceiving. Again, you know, this is just the energy that they're in right now. You have no idea how things can shift and change as you shift and change internally. We're just going to leave it there, because then I feel like I'm going to start getting into the Delulu part of it, and I'm not trying to do that for you. If leaving it with that cliffhanger kind of does something to your energy where now you're feeling a craving, like, what is that? No, you got to tell me more. That's also another attachment thing that needs to be worked on, right? Feeling very comfortable in not knowing what the end result is going to be, right? That's also part of shadow work. Yeah, I see. I feel bad even leaving it like that. Like, I want to dive more into it and like that. But no, this is all about, you know, helping you guys to restore your power back, which can happen a lot in relationships, especially if they were toxic. And part of that is releasing the need to know who, what, when, where, why, and when. Okay, so yes, I'm leaving you guys with a cliffhanger because I feel like there's a lot more to this story that's about to unfold, and we're just gonna let it unfold naturally, okay? Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to clear out some stuff too, because I want to get all the tea, but we're not doing that right now. All right, you guys, pile one, that was your reading. I hope that it resonated. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today, and I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys. Hey, pile two, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle, and we are doing a very different, we're doing a new kind of reading. We're gonna see how this works, okay? We're putting a new spin on things. I'm not going to go into the full intro here. Please go watch the 6-minute intro that I did for this reading, okay? That way you get the most benefit from the reading itself. As you guys have come to know, like, especially if you've been with me for a while, you know, I love to do more than just provide you with information and just like, okay, see you, bye. You know, I try to make sure that I share information where you're actually able to do something with it. A lot of people that watch Pick a Card Love readings, many of you, and I'm not going to say this is true for all of you, a lot of people watch Pick a Card Love readings coming from a space of not knowing what's going on, right? And just go watch the intro, because there's a very specific intention that I have for this reading. And in order, yeah, you can just sit and get the information, but if you truly want to move towards a dynamic in your life, in relationships, either with the person that, you know, you're here for the reading, or just in life in general, it'll help you out greatly to know what to do with the information, especially if painful feelings are triggered, okay? Because what we're going to do here, and what I'm feeling is going to happen, there may be some information coming through that could potentially be triggering, whether it's somewhat triggering or just full-on triggering, and I want you to know what to be able to do should that happen. Okay, you guys, because I don't want to keep you stuck in a specific kind of a dynamic. You can absolutely exit the dynamic in whatever case may be. You know, if you want to shift things in the connection between you and your person, that's possible, okay? Again, go listen to the intro, right, you guys? And just keep in mind, it's a general reading, so whatever resonates, take it, run with it. Now, usually I'll say if something doesn't resonate to drop it, but in this case, because we are talking about things that might be coming up to the surface and what that means in terms of shadow work, you being the projector and the 3D being the direct mirror, I would say consider it, all right? If it's not resonating, stop and ask yourself, you know, is this something that I fear might happen, okay? Because if it's triggering a fear, that's something that's there for you to work with, okay? It's happening for a reason. Now, if some specific information is coming through where you're like, no, that's not me and my person at all, then definitely drop that. That's going to be for someone else, okay? Just a little caveat and a different, you know, a differing from the norm when it comes to whether things are resonating or not. Just stop and ask yourself, why is it not resonating? Is it due because of a fear? You know, am I fearful that might happen? Is that something that I'm not wanting to happen, or is it just the reason why it's not resonating is because it's a specific, you know, message with information coming through that you know just does not apply to you? All right. I do have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below for booking details. There are a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are $25, all right, USD. So go check them out. All right, pile 2. Y'all were drawn to the rough obsidian, the rough black obsidian. Let's get your person's overall energies. No Delulu, okay? No Delulu here. We're not doing it. No Delulus here. Okay. Let me look up. Okay, so let's see. First, we have the number 38 could be significant. Oh, we got 38 and 37. So things may have been going, things have gone backwards. Things in this connection may have regressed backwards, okay? You can think about it like a down, maybe the connection itself has been downgraded. Maybe you guys have taken some backward moving steps. You guys may have kids together, or children just in general may have played a key role, or or may be playing a key factor in the way things are going in this connection. Let me look at heal the ouch in the reverse. The two of you might be close in age. You know, you might be a year or two apart with 38 and 37 here. That could be your guys' literal ages. Let's see. Let's look at 38 in the reverse. What's going on here with heal the ouch in reverse? I just heard there's an open wound here, okay? There's an open wound here. That might be, and we're talking about your person's energy, but let's see. In the reverse, it says, heal the ouch. Reversed, this card is a message urging you to make amends for any harm you've done to another. Appraise yourself honestly. How have you been selfish, greedy, or inconsiderate of others? Have you harbored resentment towards those who have harmed you in the past? Practice deep and radical forgiveness. In order to be free, to know healing, you must surrender your old hurts and begin anew. Forgiving yourself and loving yourself is important too. Be humble and willing to admit to your weaknesses. Know the imperfections of the human personality. Walk tall as you take the path of the shaman, the wise elder who is willing to go into the shadows to bring healing light to old wounds. I just heard no Delulu pile 2. Your person cannot be trusted. I just heard that. They cannot be trusted, at least at this point in time, okay? They are coming through in an energy where they're yeah, we're doing an okay, we're no Delulu, you guys. There's more harsher messages and energies coming through in this reading than it came through in pile 1. So I will say, for many of you, there are some things your person is not going to tell you, straight up. For some of you, your person is a liar, they are a manipulator, and they are a cheater, okay? I don't feel like for a lot of you, I'm hearing quite clearly there's something that they are not telling you and you cannot trust them, okay? So No matter who, for some of you, your person swore on, I just heard your person swore on the Bible, okay? So for some of you, they swore on God, they swore on their kids, whatever. They were still lying about it. Okay. Man, I'm not laughing at you at this. This actually feels pretty, it feels pretty seriously. It's just sometimes I laugh when, to keep from crying. It's one of those things. I'm hearing pile 2, no Delulu, your person is out for themselves right now. Only concerned about themselves. They are being very selfish. Strings attached says accepts relationships with stipulations, makes others sign a contract or follows their rules, dictates others' actions, or yeah, your person's very manipulative. They don't care who they have to step on. They don't care what lies they have to tell. They don't care. They're very much, they got that out for themselves kind of mentality and personality coming through. Wounded Phoenix says, feels they do not need to change. Yes, okay. Wounded Phoenix says, feels they do not need to change, thinks the other party is at fault. Okay, so a lot, your person is actually blaming you, pile 2, for maybe something that they've done. Okay. It says they're unwilling or does not have the strength to transform. Yeah. Man. There's not even a lot to have it that I need to clarify in this, but you know what? Do I want to clarify? Because this is so straightforward. Again, you guys, if this is triggering in any way, shape, or form, especially if you have been wondering about a very specific thing that you're like, are they lying? Are they telling the truth? This may be talking about, you know, your person lying and or cheating on you, okay? This is, I'm picking up on a conversation, a discussion that the two of you have actually had, where you've asked them point blank, right? Did this happen? Did that happen? What really happened here? What really went on here? And they lied to you about it. Okay, you're gonna know exactly what it is I'm talking about, because I feel like it's been something that's been on your mind and on your heart, you know, maybe for some of you for a while. No Delulu, that person's lying about it. Okay, no Delulu, pile 2, your person cannot be trusted. You cannot trust them to tell the truth. Trust is literally in the reverse here. For some of you, you tried to give your person the benefit of the doubt and they blew it. And there's a message coming through. It's either coming through from your higher self, from your guides, all the above, spirit, whatever the case may be. Like, stop giving them the benefit of the doubt. They don't deserve it. Your person does not deserve it. Okay, at least not at this time. Okay, let's get their honest thoughts and feelings. Oh, this is going to be a much shorter reading than pile 1. And then okay, you guys, see, so I split the deck, all right? All the cards were facing the same way except for the one on the very bottom. When I split it, it was like this, which forced me to turn it around, and look what it said. There's someone else, okay? Pile 2, no Delulu, your person, there is someone else. For a lot of you, it's coming through in the present tense, okay? The present tense. There's someone else right now, okay? Now, if what you were asking about is in regards to something that may have happened in the past, right? If you guys are not together anymore, again, just apply the information at how it fits to your guys' situation. But whatever it was, you know, if this is if this is an ongoing thing with you guys, whatever, there definitely is a third party, or at least there was a third party involved. Your person lied about it. They can't be trusted. All right, man. Again, you guys, if you are feeling triggered or you're feeling any type of way, heartbroken, mad, rejected, whatever the case may be, it's okay to feel what you're feeling, But for a lot of us that don't know how to process things out of our system, you definitely want to learn how to do that, because you don't want that energy to get stuck cycling in your nervous system. You don't want to do that. You don't want to turn a painful experience in a situation that you have had or could still be currently having with your person into some kind of a negative karmic lesson that gets anchored into your nervous system. Because when you do stuff like that, and that was the point of this, this reading, when you don't fully process something, the energies of what's kicked up from something, then you're doomed to repeat it. And so, whatever's popping off here, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, whatever the case may be, make sure you're processing it out the right way, okay? If you don't, it's going to get anchored into your nervous system. Your nervous system's going to see it as some kind of a lesson that needs to be learned, and that could mess with, your ability to create and manifest later on, what you want in life, okay? So just keep that in mind. If you don't know what I'm talking about, again, go watch the intro, all right? Go watch the intro. Because even if, you're fine with not being with anybody else for the rest of your life, lessons that are anchored or that have their origins, in a romantic relationship often can filter through to other areas in life, and especially money. Love and money are very closely connected. So you definitely want to make sure that you are processing out the energy, the emotional, mental energies that are being triggered by whatever the situation is that your person, it feels like they've been doing something behind your back that they've been lying about. Okay, now I don't know. It's a general reading, so I don't know for you specifically, viewer, if it's a one-off. It's just it was a one-time thing, or if it's been something that's ongoing, something like that. You can definitely book a personal reading with me, and we can look more deeply into those kinds of things if it's absolutely something that you're needing to know. Okay. Pile 2's person, tell pile 2 the truth about your thoughts and feelings. Tell pile 2 the truth. I'm not ready. Tell pile 2 the truth. The absolute truth. Man, this trust issues, yeah. They have trust issues, but they're also causing trust issues. So they're telling you the truth here. They're, it's almost like I energetically gave them like a truth serum, and your person's coming through like they're still behaving in ways that, if you knew what they were doing, would add to the trust issues that you have with them. Okay, they cannot be trusted. Okay, look here, it says I know, so they know that you love them. Oh, okay, so they've been checking your social media, and look here, we got love bombing and gaslighting. Okay, you can't believe them. Give me one more. You cannot trust this person. You cannot believe a word they're saying right now, pile 2. Okay, stop. A message that's coming through is stop giving. That's even your person coming through and saying that. That must be their higher self. They're coming through and saying, stop giving me the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to lie to you every time. Because your person they don't want confrontation, and they don't want conflict. Okay, so they would just prefer to lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they don't want the fallout. The last thing here, it says you should let me go. Okay, your person is saying you should just let me go. But I also just heard your person say you should let it go. Stop trying so hard, they're saying. Ooh, man. I will say a message, no Delulu, pile 2. Your person gets bored very easily, okay? That's why we do probably have this love bombing and gaslighting energy coming through here. Like, they go in cycles, and this just isn't with you. This is why they do what they do, okay? And so for some of you, what's coming through is there's you and someone else, okay? there definitely is an energy of there being someone else, and when they get bored with you, they go to that connection, and then, you know, they'll get bored with that connection, they'll come back to you. I know it can be very, if you're taking the, if you're making this personal and you're making it, you know, mean something, if it's creating a story about your own self-worth, or it's hitting your self-esteem or anything like that, please go watch that video that I mentioned. It's called Releasing the Wants. Okay, that's the process of being able to dissolve some of those, you know, like really toxic attachments and hyper aversions and stuff like that. Because if your person cheating on you and leaving you for someone else, and I'm not, of course, you know, especially if it's coming from a wounded place, that's part of our healing journey, and that's part of the spiritual work, is being able to detach our sense of self from what is showing up on the 3D reflection, okay, the mirror. Detaching ourselves from how other people are treating us. It can be very difficult not to take something like this seriously. I understand, I get it, because I've been here before. I've been there before, right? And so, you know, it took me such a long time to not make it personal about me, not make it mean that, oh, I must not be good enough if they're going to somebody else and stuff. You know what I mean? It took me so much healing, shadow work to get to a space now where I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not the problem. I never was, right? And to not feel, you know, tinges of pain when I think back to that anymore. There was a lot of healing that went into that. And so, you know, if this is triggering anything, if you're feeling any kind of pain, if you know, it hurts or whatever the case may, even if it's just making you really fucking angry, right? That's energy that has been cycling in your nervous system. We definitely don't want it to get stuck there. So make sure that you are going through the process of, you know, clearing that out. All right, so that you're not ending up camping out there. There's not even a lot to clarify here. I am going to clarify. You should let me go. I just heard, so that's being clarified by the Ten of Swords in the reverse. That's a very painful ending. You know, I don't know if you keep holding out for some kind of a happy reunion, but your person's being very clear when they say that you're not going to get it. Not to say that they're not going to come back. And for some of you, you know, they're not even in the energy of wanting to. You know, with the Three of Cups in the reverse, that's the opposite of reconciliation. That's maintaining separation. Clarify the Three of Cups in the reverse. Your person is very karmic, and so until they heal what's going on with themselves, they're just going to keep messing with other karmics, okay? And not even really feel that much about it. Your person has a hard time not running from their own pain as well, but I feel like they're, instead of focusing in, you know, a lot of people tend to, there's a lot of projection going on in your person's energy, pile two, you know, where you might be taking a lot of things personally. Your person is not. There's a lot. Yeah, it's weird. You might be very keyed into things like you're asking yourself the right question, pile two, like why am I sticking around in this connection when I'm never getting what I want? It's like you know, I think on a very deep level, pile two, you actually know. You know that your person's lying. You know that they've been seeing somebody else. You know that they've been, you know, chatting up other people, maybe just casually dating or whatever the case may be. You know that. Some of you have actually seen evidence of it. Okay, all right, no Delulu, pile two. For those of you that have seen actual evidence of it, for some of you, I'm hearing the other person actually said something to you may have called you or DM'd you or whatever the case may be. And you're still having a hard time letting this person go, letting this connection go. That right there is it's indicative of a very toxic attachment to your person, okay? To this connection. It may not even be to your person, it may just be to the connection. The Lover showing up in the reverse earlier, that's like a wound mate. That's not soulmates, okay? Your person is doing nothing right now, and this is the terminology that's coming through, so excuse the cussing. God, this is very crude. Your person must be very crude, pile 2, but I'm gonna tell it to you in the exact way that it's coming through. Oh my God, your person, pile 2, is they're finger banging your triggers. Okay, now I actually kind of PG'd that up a little bit because I didn't hear them say it in the terms of finger banging. You get what I'm saying? But that's what they're doing. It's like, I'm not saying they're doing that on purpose, but it's just like your triggers are just like this. Boom, 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 boom. Just, yeah. And for you, and again, I'm not saying this in any kind of a condescending way. In fact, I know exactly how this feels because I've been there before. For a lot of you, you've been hanging on to this connection for far too long. There's been so many things, so many reasons for you to go. And it's gotten to the point now where you have concrete evidence of your person, going behind your back, literally. We had the 10 of Swords come out. Your person has done something to backstab you, okay? They've been very mean to you, or at least just callous. I'm hearing callous with their ways. Yeah. And you haven't, you're still hanging on. And so, your person, yeah, I do feel like it might be them. They might be telling you, like, literally, I mean, their 3D self, their ego wounded self could be coming through and saying you should let them go. Your person, no Delulu, pile 2, might just be done with this connection, at least for now. And that might be the cycle that you experience with your person. They could just drop you like nothing and go to whomever that other person is, that shiny object syndrome. Your person could very well be a narcissist, and I don't say that lightly, okay? We definitely have the energies here. We got love bombing and gaslighting coming out. Your person, they don't care, pile 2. They don't care. They know you love them. They know you do. If you are having a hard time taking your power back from this person and this connection, please go do your shadow work, okay? You don't know how to do shadow work. That's what I teach here on this channel, but it's actually on my other channel, and that's why I do these readings. I don't just give you the information, but I point you in the right direction because I don't want you to stay stuck in these kinds of dynamics, because this is very draining. This is very draining on you, pile 2. Now, I will say that we do have always checking your social media. So, that's more gaslighting. If your person has said, oh, you should let me go, right? Pile 2, whatever. You know what I mean? Because they're over here still hanging on to you energetically. So they're still, dependent on your energy. Or at least, the supply. They're wanting to make sure that they have you available. Okay, I'm going to be honest, you guys. I'm not picking up on any sincerity here. I'm not picking up on anything that your person is saying that really means anything. Like, they just lie. Like, they're dependent on your energy for and it could just be just energetically, right? For some of you, it could be they might be dependent on you financially, especially pile 2, if you're someone where, you might float them, financially, or you help them out in different ways, and if you don't, then it's just your person being dependent on your energy. They come to you whenever their ego is feeling low and they need an ego boost, something like that, right? Very much an energy vampire kind of an dynamic coming through. But I mean, it's just the dynamic itself, the connection itself is very draining on your energy, pile 2, and you have to be very careful about continuing to allow yourself to be to be siphoned energetically by someone else, because it's your energy that you create your life with, that you manifest in your life. Okay, so it's almost this is getting deep. A message that's coming through, pile 2, you have to cut this person off, because they're actually using your energy to manifest. It's like, ooh man, I don't know what's going on with your person, but it's almost like they don't have their own connection to divine source energy. They don't have connection to their own. And so they get it from other people. And so, you know, when they're being blessed, when it looks like they're being blessed, they stole that energy. They're stealing that energy from other people, and you're included in that. And that's why you need to let this person go, because, you know, that energy that they're stealing from you, you could be using for yourself to manifest a life that you want. But instead, this person is coming in and they're siphoning that energy from you, and they're using your energy to manifest and create a life that they want. And for a lot of you, you're not even in their life like that. All right, so cut them off. If you don't know how to do that, please go, you know, check the resources I've already mentioned. All right, cut them off energetically. I know it is easier said than done. There's a process to cutting somebody like this off energetically, but at least get started. Okay, pile 2. All right, let's get some messages from them to you, and then we will close your reading. Pile 2, if you got from this reading what you came here for, I know this was a harsh one. Okay, I apologize. And I'm here to help you, okay? To share with you the resources that you need to cut that cord. Yeah, but if you got what you came here for, make sure you smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate from the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it's resonating. If you have any questions, pile 2, go ahead and ask them. You know, ask them in the description box, or not the description box, the comments. Hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an upload, and so you can become part of the family. All right, man, I actually want to get out of your person's energy, pile 2, because it's just it's even draining on me being in it. So I'm gonna have to do a clearing here after I get done with your guys' reading. All right, pile 2's person. Tell pile 2 the truth. Your messages, your truthful messages to pile 2. Pile 2's person, your honest, truthful, no bullshit messages. No bullshit messages. The timing wasn't right for us. I am gonna, I'm not ready. I'm gonna see what that is in regards to. I just heard I wasn't ready to tell you the truth. Oh, okay. It says I want to be more than friends. I can see that. So if your person is saying, let's, you know, that's part of what they're saying. There's ulterior motives to that. I want to be more than friends. Okay. So your person may have told you, like, I just want to be friends. Can we be friends? You know, whatever the case may be, pile 2, but just know there's ulterior motives to that. All right. They don't want to be more than friends. They want to have that hold over you. They like the fact that they're able to just, you know, pull your heartstrings or tug on your heartstrings. And, you know, it's pretty harsh. Ulterior motives is definitely coming through with that. Okay. They don't want to be just your friend at all. They want a very specific kind of an access to you and your energy. And then it says, I have trouble with intimacy. I can see that. Yeah. Let me clarify. I'm not ready real quick. Tell me more about I'm not ready. Pile 2, your person has some very deep, deep core wounding. Yeah, see, look, with the King of Wands in the reverse. Underneath your person's mask, pile 1 is a very insecure person. They weren't confident. They're not confident. Let's find out. I'm not ready. Tell me more about the King of Wands in the reverse, clarifying I'm not ready. Ooh, wow. King of Swords in the reverse. Your person is in a very distorted energy. They have some very deep soul level wounds, pile 2. And rather than that wounding, like taking that wounding in, they push those wounds out. So that those wounds are, you know, they project those wounds onto other people. So for instance, for some of you, it's like if your person has a very low self-esteem, you may not know it by the way that they act, right? But at the very deep, it's very deep, they have a self-worth issue, very much a self-worth issue. So what they'll do is they'll lash out, right? So if they see somebody that has a very high self-esteem, they'll try to see, but there's something very intuitive about your person. They just kind of know. So, you know, not to say that you had a low self-esteem when you met them, pile 2, but it is one of those things where it's like, you know, wounding attracts wounding. Okay. So if even in your subconscious, pile 2, in the deepest recesses of your subconscious, you know, nervous system makeup, and when we talk about subconscious, that means it's hidden. It's not, you're not consciously aware of it anywhere. You could have just been going out, you know, going throughout life, you know, feeling, you know, good about your things and how things were going and blah, blah, blah. But all this time there's been kind of like a hidden, like what do they call it? Like a landmine, right? That you weren't even aware of, but it's there energetically. And that's why, you know, this dynamic with this person manifested. And they, you know, they detected, even if it was subconsciously, that you had this landmine just kind of hidden dormant within you. And, you know, they gained access to you, maybe through by way of love bombing and gaslighting. And then once they were able to gain your trust, gain your respect, gain your admiration and adoration, that's when all hell broke loose, right? And that's how those dynamics work, you know? I mean, it really is kind of textbook. Look, yeah, and then we got the Queen of Wands in the upright position at the bottom of the deck, right? Whether they're, and this is kind of how they are, you know, they'll go and find somebody that might be thriving in the healthy expression of whatever their energetic makeup is, not realizing, you know, this person not realizing that there's a time bomb, right? A landmine just kind of hiding out in their energy. They're like, oh yeah, there's a, you know, that's what your person kind of does, you know. They go to people that they sense have these hidden time bombs and, you know, landmines in their energy, and it's like, oh, that person, you know, looks like they're having a good old time, looks like they're just relaxing. And the thing with your person is they're not, like, energetically, your person is not at peace. Energetically, your person is not at peace, okay? And so, you know how they say misery loves company? That's exactly what's going on here, whether your person is consciously aware of it or not. And so, you know, they go around and they see, for the most part, people that are peaceful, right? You know, not, you know, people that are minding their own business and not messing with anybody, you know. But, you know, even though those people are for the most part peaceful, they are walking around with, you know, undetected hidden wounding. Your person comes in, sees that wounding, you know, boom. And that's exactly what happened here. But, you know, but you're, like I said, misery loves company. They only did that, right? Number one, because that was there, that wounding was there for them to trip, right? To trigger. And they did that because your person does not like seeing other people happy when they're not. Okay? Just so you know where that's coming from. Let's see. Tell me more about the timing wasn't right for us. This could be talking about something specific. You know, the Page of Swords. This, okay, there's a couple of things coming through. There was some very disappointing news that either you received or that your person kind of communicated. Some disappointing communication that you received. It was disappointing for you to hear or for you to receive pile one or pile two, and that's what they're saying. Whatever that was, it had something to do with timing, okay? And that could also be talking about I wasn't ready. So for some of you, this could be literal. You may have wanted something more committal with this person. They weren't ready for that, and that was the disappointing news that you received, right? For others, what's coming through, and these are very specific messages, so if they're not resonating, just leave them behind, okay? For those who do. For others of you, it was something where maybe you wanted some kind of more recognition, like online, okay? And your person was just not ready for that, like, no, okay? But those are very specific messages. And then we do have always checking your social media too. What also is coming through, like that might be their way of staying connected to you while they're off doing other things. Your person is really, they keep an eye on you because they don't want you in this connection going anywhere. Whether they realize it or not, your person is depending on you, pile two, for energetic supply. Okay, they are. All right, let's get the last of your messages, and we're going to close your reading, pile two. All right, messages. Pile two's person, no bullshit. You're real. What do you want to say to pile two? You have to be truthful. Old wounds, but it's showing up in the reverse. So, in the upright position, their unhealed childhood wounds prevent them from forming meaningful and long-lasting relationships. No, they don't. What that means, though, is that your person may actually use their wounding, quote unquote, their wounding, as a way to gain access to people's trust. Okay. And if that's exactly, and that's your person coming through saying like, yeah, your person was very transparent, may have been very transparent with you about how they were hurt in the past and, things like that. And what your person is saying, pile two, they actually use that to gain access to people's trust. Okay, you know what energy this is giving? Very like there was a couple of them, and I can't. There was the Tinder swindler, right? But I can't remember if that was the guy that used like violin stories, used his there was another one too, but that it's kind of giving that kind of an energy. Very scammy. Your person's very scammy. Okay, let's get two more. Let's get two more. Your honest messages to pile two. Wow. Okay. And it's funny the way this one came out too, because this is actually very similar energy to old wounds in the reverse. So this is dealt a bad hand. They wish they'd met you at a different time because they feel they'll never get to see what the connection could have been. You guys, this was coming up in the upright and then it flipped in the reverse. You guys, be very careful. Your person will say anything to gain access or to get what they want. Okay? Anything. Be very careful. And this did come out on top of gaslighting. Okay, so again, this says they wish they'd met you at a different time because they feel they'll never get to see what the connection could have been. They don't, that's not how they feel at all. Your person feels, pile two, that they can say whatever they see. Yeah, because we had up there, I know you love me. Your person thinks, they think they got all the power over you, all the persuasion, all the influence. It's like they almost feel like they got you strung up like a puppet, okay? This is why energies are coming through. Like, stop giving your person the benefit of the doubt. If they come to you with some kind of a crybaby story, oh, they're down on their luck, you know, not to say that they're not, okay, having a hard time, but they're the reasons why they are. Okay, they might be blame shifting to someone else, right? But your person is directly responsible for why things, like, you know, they may have started, and they may have legitimately been dealt a bad hand in life. Things may have started very badly for your person. They may have had a shit childhood, right? But the way that your person is going about trying to correct it is for a lot of you, you're fucking diabolical, okay? So, you know, I don't normally come through with such direct, like, advice, but this is what's coming through. Of course, you know, free will, you guys can do what you're gonna do, but it's like, block this person, change your number, stop listening to them, they're lying. Question everything that your person says. And definitely do the shadow work, pile two, to get yourself detached energetically. You got to break that cord to this person, okay? They're stealing from you in more ways than one, okay? Ugh. Oh my gosh. Let's get one more. There's a specific message coming through, but I'm also using it as an example because with dealt a bad hand, okay? For instance, if your person is coming to you, pile two, and this is just an example, but for some of you, this could be literal, okay? If your person is coming to you saying that they need to borrow money because they were just laid off at their job, question that. They're not telling you the whole story. Chances are they weren't laid off. They were fired for something that they did or did not do. Do not give them money. That's a very, that's a very specific message, okay, for somebody. But there's an example of what, you got to be careful what this person says. They're going to come to you with some kind of a sob story, trying to get back into your good graces, they're trying to borrow from you, okay? Whether it's money, whether it's just from your energy, whatever the case may be. Don't block them off. Cut them off, okay? Do not be a resource for them anymore, because your person, yeah, I mean, you know, obviously do it. You know, I'm coming at you in a very, like, big sister, auntie, bestie kind of an energy. And so it's coming from a space of love. I'm just thinking about you guys, what's best for you and stuff like that. And, you know, I also get, you know, we are at where we're at in the healing journey. And so no judgment, and definitely I'll still be here and still support you if for whatever reason this person comes to you and you haven't yet built up the strength to tell them no. But at least be on the healing journey so that you can get to that point. Okay, pile two. Let's get one more card and then we'll close out the reading. All of these came out in the reverse. Divine Blueprint in the reverse. All right, in the upright, it says they're going within to find their higher purpose and discover their meaning of life in this connection. No, they are fucking not, okay? This literally came out in the reverse. Your person is not going within. They are projecting everything out. They're not. And they're not even, what I'm hearing is they're not even interested. They're not interested in doing any work. They don't give a shit. They don't care, okay? It's easier, at least right now, it's easier for your person to get it from other people than it is for them to just do the work and learn how to do it themselves. When what I mean by that is learn how to, you know, remove everything that has been causing your person to be blocked off from their own, you know, divine source energy. So now they're having to go get it from everybody else, okay? They're not interested in it right now. You know, and I will say, you know, so we can close this on a little bit more of an optimistic note for you guys. I will say, and I have seen this myself, that's why I can say it with such conviction. I promise you, your person can only get away with this for so long. They're gonna crash out. I promise you, okay? They can only run from themselves and from their wounding for so long before they end up like hitting a brick wall. Did we even, did we have something about a brick wall come up? Okay, they are going to at some point. It may not be for a while. I don't, you know, especially if they're younger, if they're able to rely on like looks and stuff like that. But I will say, karma is a real thing, you guys. Karma is absolutely a real thing. Whatever it is your person is relying on in order to get over on other people and steal from other people and stuff like that is gonna be taken away from them at some point in their life. Okay? They will crash out. They will learn their lesson. But the thing is, though, it could be years, pile 2. So the best thing for you to do is just, you know, heal. Break the cord, you know, go through the process of breaking that cord, breaking free from this person and their influence and the connection and things of that nature, healing your own shadows, your own wounding, and, you know, moving on about your life. And I guarantee you, at some point in your person's life, they're going to end up crashing out, and they will be forced to look within at some point in time. Okay. All right, pile 2, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys. Pile 3, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We are here doing another Pick a Card Love reading. Oh my goodness. I lit some Palo and it is going off. My goodness. I had to reset the energies between pile 3 and pile 2 and pile 3 because pile 2 was, oh my goodness. All right. So first off, pile 3, if you have not done so, I did record an intro to this specific series, this reading. Please make sure you go and listen to it, okay? Because we're doing things, I'm trying something out. I'm just trying something different. And I just want to make sure that you get the most of today's reading. So go watch, it's a 6-minute intro. It's important, okay? So go check it out. Oh my gosh, this Palo is going off. That was some heavy energies in pile 2. All right, we'll just leave it there. I won't go too much into, just go check out the intro, all right? Definitely go check it out. Otherwise, you may not get the full benefit of today's reading. All right, you guys. So just keep in mind, pile 3, it's a general reading. So whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something does not resonate, leave it behind for whomever it might resonate for. I do have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Yeah, booking details are in the description box. There are a lot of $25 readings available in the specific person category. All right, you guys. Pile 3, you were Tron. I'm just wanting to make sure that this doesn't smoke up so bad it makes my smoke alarm go off. I have never seen Palo this hyper before. Oh my gosh. I think it's dying down a little bit. Holy moly. I think we'll be fine. All right. Pile 3, you guys were drawn to the beautiful... let's see, what is that, dragon? See, my mind is going completely fucking blank. Dragon's Bloodstone, my bad. Man, I have to get myself out of that energy from pile 2. Yeah, I'm getting there, you guys. All right, let's get your person's overall energy real quick towards the connection. You guys got 2 of these cards. Their other 2 piles only got 1. All right, so... of these cards over here. So we got the number 2 and then the number 13 might be significant. Oh my gosh. There's a date coming through. February the 13th might be significant. The number 4 could also be significant here. The 13th sign. Okay, man, there's some really specific things. Some of you might, was it Ophiuchus, that 13th astrological sign? I hope I said that right. Your birthday might be in between there somewhere. The Ophiuchus, it's like, yeah, just go check it out. The dates of the, I hope I'm saying it right, Ophiuchus, I think, the 13th sign. So it's very specific messages. Those might just be coming through for those of you where that might resonate. Okay, let's get more. What else do we have here? We got Daydream, Fate, and then I do, when this card came out here, it came out exactly like this, so I have to read both sides. No Delulu. All right, you guys, pile 3. This says flirts with others, checks out others, because it says wandering eye. One side says wandering eye, the other says the wanderer, or just wanderer, okay? And this is the number 10. So 210, so 1010, October the 10th, or the number 1010 might be significant. So wandering eye says flirts with others, checks out others, makes comparison comments, pays attention to others more, thinks they can do better. The wanderer says openly flirts with others in front of a significant other, so this would be you. So it says openly flirts with others in front of their significant other, okay? Touchy-feely, pretends to be single, leads others on in attention seeking. All right. We also have here where it says fate. So this says this is a destined partnership, but I just heard that come through in the past tense. This was a destined partnership. Yeah, okay, so pile 3, no Delulu. I'm hearing that your whatever, if this connection was due to part of like, for karmic reasons, like learning karmic lessons and clearing a karmic contract, the good news is, pile 3, is that the contract's finally been cleared, okay? The contract between the two of you, the karmic contract between you guys is cleared. It's closed. You don't have to worry about repeating this lesson anymore, okay? So that's actually a really good sign. So you guys must have done, I'm hearing extensive clearing work when it comes to this connection and this person, okay? Let's find out what solitude. This is your person's energy towards you and towards this connection. They may be isolating or keeping to themselves. They might not be reaching out to you at this time. And they may, I'll be honest, you know, we're keeping in the spirit of like keeping things blunt and to the point and no Delulu, right? Your person, they're not really maybe wanting to reach out. Okay, let's see what it says. Solitude upright, in the upright position, it says, I am comfortable in my own skin as I detach to replenish my soul. Yeah, okay, so they are keeping some distance from you. And that's on purpose. They're doing that on purpose, okay? The book goes on to say meditation is required when you receive the solitude card as a sign. Empty your mind of superfluous, I had to stop for a minute, superfluous thoughts, and allow stillness to flow through your whole being. This is not an advantageous time to ask questions or push forward in any way. Rather, it's a period for a conscious retreat. Yeah, conscious, like, you know, your person has retreated. They've pulled away from this connection very much on purpose, okay? What's called for now is to step back and take your focus off of your life and your troubles. You'll be surprised by how things sort themselves out once you've replenished your energy by means of a much needed rest and time out. Yeah, so they've taken their hands off the wheel when it comes to this connection. Another thing coming through for you guys, you know, if you're not in separation, then this is just saying that your person, they're not contacting you simply because I hear they're too tired to, okay? this is coming through in hermit energy. Your person might be resting and recovering from something, okay? So there's might be a couple of camps here in pile 3. There might be some of you where, you know, you just haven't heard from your person and you're wondering what's been going on with them. And then there's others of you where there could be an actual separation here, okay? Either which way, your person is not, like, they have withdrawn their energy. There's a sense of your person trying to recover, okay, for the most part. And then for those of you where this is a breakup and a separation, the reason why your person is not reaching out to you is because they're really looking at things, okay? I just heard that they're taking things seriously. And I also heard them say that they heard everything that you said and they're taking those things into account. All right. Let's find out what General Gardner here in the reverse. Gentle Gardener in the reverse. All right, for General Gardener in the reverse, it says, do you harbor resentments? How often do you reinforce negativity by affirming lack and limitation? I just heard, okay, God, there's 2 camps here. So yeah, I'm going to have to probably be doing a little bit of both. There definitely is an overall energy, no matter what camp you're on, your person kind of being in a, like a negative Nancy, kind of a worrywart kind of a mindset. Like they tend to get in their own way quite a bit. And the reason why your person, they could very well be having some very depressive episodes right now, pile 3. Okay. That might be a side note. No Delulu, I feel like outside of this connection, your person might be dealing with some very harsh life circumstances that has your person stressed out. And another message that's coming through is they're doing what they can to get by. For those of you where you're not in separation and you're not broken up, your person just said they will reach out to you as soon as they've kind of like replenished their energy. They're just taking some time off for themselves, I'm hearing them say. For some of you, your person is having a really big pity party, okay? Let's see. It says, every time you send out a desire, I'm going back to the book. It says, every time you send out a desire for something but secretly harbor a belief that you're undeserving of it, you plant weeds in the field of your dreams. When the gentle gardener appears in the reverse position, she reminds you to be aware of any negative thoughts or selfish motives. Okay, for those of you where this is a breakup and a separation, that is your person taking some time off from the connection to really try and figure out what their true motives are here. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, in that regard, for those of you broken up, separated, your person really is doing a lot of self-reflection, trying to figure out, like, you know, their role, the role that they played in the breakup and or the separation, okay? The gentle gardener encourages you to step back and pay close attention to what thought seeds you have been sending into the world. Weeds choke the life out of your beautiful garden. No need to fret, however, because once you recognize this, you can always remove a bad seed and replace it with a healthy one. Forgiveness is your most powerful restorative tool. I just heard your person is very checked out right now. They have a lot going on because we have daydreaming. When I say checked out, I mean like they're dissociating, okay? And so for some of you, especially where you're not broken up or separated, you haven't heard from them for a while, your person may actually lose track of time. For some of you, your person may actually be, you know, they may get high quite a bit. I'm not picking up on too much. I mean, I'm picking up on some of you, your person is a recreational drug or alcohol user, but I'm not picking up on anything that's like, you know, too out of control or too harmful. So, you know, your person may smoke weed every day, but it's not so bad to the point where they have to get high at work or anything like that. It's just like maybe that's just kind of what they do when they come home and they unwind. Ooh, your person is stressed, pile 3. Feeling very down and out about life in general. They are checked out. Okay, so I want to see what's going on because we do have the Hermit energy here with solitude, but then we do have the energy over here. So it's almost like they're bookending, right? The reading starts off with solitude, but then ends with Wandering Eye and the Wanderer, which can talk about seeking external validation. Okay. For some of you, that might be another form of drug for your person. So yeah, your person might be just checked out from you and from the connection and from anything really that they feel kind of insinuates some kind of responsibility. We're going to get into your person's actual thoughts and feelings towards you and towards the connection. But, you know, if your person is... So for some of you where this is like just a situationship or a friends with benefits, it's not anything too serious. You know your person might just be surfing dating apps or just still in single groups or whatever the case may be. I am just kind of seeing them swiping on dating apps, but they're using it as a distraction. That they're using it the same way that they would use any other kind of a drug in order to check out. Okay, so for some of you, no Delulu pile 3, your person is casually chatting up other people. I just heard still. Okay, still, they are still doing that. For some of you, yeah, I feel for some of you, especially if this is something that is, like, they're not necessarily hiding that. Because it literally says here, flirts with others, like, in front of you. Okay, so this might be somebody that they might comment on someone else's beauty, talking to you about someone else, like, oh yeah, that person's hot, right? But it also says like checking out others in front of you. This says making comparison comments. So I mean, you know, that's getting a little bit more in harsh, like letting, you know, for some of you, your person might compare you to others, but to your detriment. It also says pays attention to others more. Thinks they can do better. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this off to the side so I don't forget it. Okay, because I'm going to have to look into that because I'm feeling a little bit of conflicting information with this one. Okay, I'm picking up an energy of your person still being stuck in that mode of wondering if there's something, you know, this says, you know, thinks they can do better. So they might think or wonder, you know, they might have that fear of missing out. 1 foot in and 1 foot out in terms of this connection, or just, you know, I feel like this is their thing. This is kind of like maybe part of your person's wounding where they have a problem with committing, or whether you guys had a spoken commitment or not, there was something with your person. They could never just be satisfied with what they have, no matter how great what they had was. It's like giving me the energies of, you know, your person going to the best steakhouse. I just heard steakhouse in London. That is very specific. Going to the best steakhouse in London, right? Ordering the best meal that they had. And then they get their meal and they're constantly looking at other people's meals wondering, I wonder if I should have went with that instead. You know, it's that kind of an energy. And that's just kind of where your person's at. They may have a thing with options, needing, just always wanting to keep their options open because they're afraid they're going to miss out on something quote unquote better. Okay. Let's get there. Their honest thoughts and feelings. Pile 3's person. Tell pile 3 the truth about your honest thoughts and feelings towards them. It's funny because I'm not picking up too much, pile 3, that I need to continue reiterating the possible need to go, you know, refer back to the 6-minute intro of the video, but I'll just interject it here. So you may be people that are already well aware of how to do shadow work and what to do, you know, with maybe some information that is very difficult, okay, which is awesome, okay, because things, you know, I am going to keep things very 100% with whatever message comes through. Pile 3's person, tell pile 3 the truth. The truth. It says, I'll do whatever it takes to win you back. I just heard no holds barred. I'll do whatever it takes to win you back, no holds barred. They'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. They don't care what it is. They'll spend whatever money they have to spend, do whatever it is they have to do. They'll say whatever it is they have to say. You just be very careful with that, pile 3. All right? Because what that's, the energy that's coming back from, it's not, okay, so it's not the strongest. Now, I will say your person, yeah, they'll, whatever it is. So, for some of you, them saying that they'll do whatever it takes to win you back, they're saying whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you require. You want to go on more dates, pile 3? Okay, we'll go on more dates. You want to meet the family? Fine, we'll meet the family. You want to move in? Okay. They're willing to do whatever it takes. There's a small subset of you coming through, and I feel like you're going to know. They're not above lying, or I just heard exploiting the truth. Okay, exploiting. So be very careful with that, all right? For a lot of you, though, it's just your person saying, just tell me what I need to do, and I'll do it, okay? You got your person's attention with something. You definitely got your person's attention with something, pile 3. All right, that's too many. Tell me your true thoughts. No, Delulu, your true thoughts. Tell pile 3 the truth. Tell pile 3 the absolute truth. I like things right where they're at. And what's funny is that's one of the cards that had come out in that pile that just tried to flip out. Okay. Okay. So I just heard that Meatloaf song, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. So they're saying I'll do whatever it takes to win you back, but there's a caveat with that. You're probably going to know what that is, pile 3, okay? Because I just heard them say, I'll do whatever it takes to win you back, but then with this card, they're like, but I won't do that, okay? So whatever that is, we'll see if we can suss out what that might be, okay? I'm being told to note these, but I'm not going to put them out on the board. That's weird, but, you know, I'm going to follow what's said. Okay, so it says, I'm sorry for making you look and feel like a fool. I know we can work through this. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's just your person coming through. They feel bad for something that they did or what they said that made you feel and or look foolish, okay? They want to work through it, and they know that you can work through it if the two of you would just, you know, get on the same page about that. With Lost Our Spark, that feels like something having to do with having lost some trust here. And they're wanting to get that back, okay? Something happened in this connection where your person feels like maybe the dynamic of the connection itself was directly influenced, and now things they're just not the same way in the connection, and they want to get that back. They want to get that spark back, okay? That doesn't feel like it's tied to attraction. It feels like it's tied to your guys' bond. There was some kind of a very specific kind of a dynamic between the two of you guys that your person loved. And ever since, you know, something happened where there was trust lost or confidence in the connection was lost or something, you're showing up in a different kind of an energy, pile 3. they're saying there was a time when you would have done anything and everything for them, and now you're not showing up like that anymore. They want to get that back. Okay, which sounds kind of selfish, but you know, we'll see what else comes through. You know, I mean, if they're going to mirror that energy, right, and do anything and everything for you, then that might work. But I mean, you know, I feel like this is referencing a dynamic where you, at one time, you did everything you did everything you could for this person, anything and everything. You did anything and everything for them, and you would have done anything and everything for them. But I don't feel like they were matching that. And now they're kind of at a place now where they're like, okay, you know, they miss that because you're not showing up in that way anymore, and they want that back, and, you know, they're willing to match that energy with you now. But we have this little caveat over here. Yeah, I definitely need to check that out and see what's going on with this wandering eye, because that still feels like it's a problem, right? This is still an issue over here. So your person may have some kind of a wounding that is driven by a need for validation, and it's not just one person, it's multiple third parties. Okay, it's something about your person needing to know that they still have it. So your person may love the chase, pile 3, and that might be why they're so gung-ho towards you right now. They're so like driven to get you back, is because you're making, well, you're not that you're making them on purpose, but they're having to chase you, they're having to convince you, they're having to, you know, get past your defenses and stuff. And whether they're aware of that or not, you know, that's what drives them. That's what fulfills their validation, because when, you know, you let them in again, it's like, oh, I got what it takes, I still have it. It's that kind of an energy. That is still an issue, pile 3. Just know that, okay? No Delulu, that is still an issue for your person. One more. Okay, no, we're good. God, there's a lot your person wants to say to you, pile 3. Your person, no shit, pile 3, no Delulu. Your person wants to have a sit-down conversation with you about things. That may be a lot of, too, like, for those of you, because I'm picking up more on the energies of you guys where you guys are separated and you're not together, okay? Now, not to say that more messages aren't going to come through for those of you where it's just your person isn't talking to you right now, right? You can, you know, still hang on. There might be some more messages. I feel like a lot of this stuff is still relevant for both camps, but see, and I lost my train of thought. A lot of interruptions are going on in your guys' connection. My bad. Hopefully I'll be reminded of what train of thought I was on right then, because I feel like it may have been important. All right. Honest. You're honest. Tell pile 3 you're honest. The truth about your honest thoughts and feelings. It's very possible to, like, maybe what was about to come out just wasn't. I don't know. Because I got cut off quick. Oh well, if it's relevant, it'll come back. Love triangle, you, me, and a third party. I keep hearing that song by Meatloaf. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. Is there a third party involved that you know about, pile 3, or it could just, again, for the can't, you know, put it where it resonates. It could just be that, you know, your people, just third parties in general. But this is speaking of a specific person, a love triangle. That's 3 people, right? You, your person, and a third party on their side. They're not being very honest. Your person's being very honest with you, pile 3. They're not willing to give up whoever that third party is. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but there is a thing where your person is getting, they do get some kind of, they get something from that connection, okay? I'll clarify it. Don't worry, I will clarify it. Pile 3's person, you're honest. Your honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 3. Tell pile 3 the truth. Your person's not done yet. They're not ready to give up either the single lifestyle. They're not ready to give up, you know, a specific third party. If that's what resonates for you, they're not ready to do that. And or they might just downright refuse. All right, you guys. For those of you where there isn't a specific third party, and this is in relation to just maybe, you know, a situationship or something like that, they're not ready to give up. They're not ready to be committed to just one person. They're not ready to close the door on other options. They're not ready to get off dating apps. You know, they're not, okay? And there is a refusal energy coming through in that message. I'm not getting any kind of energies like, you know, like it's just going to be that way for right now. Like your person is almost like, no. Okay, pile 3's person. I'm waiting for the right time. See, it's so weird because there's, okay. All right, this says I'm waiting for the right time. And I'm referencing back to like your person almost being in this energy, like I'll do anything to get you back, but I'm not going to do that. Because the more we get into this message, it's like, well, I won't do that. Not that either. You know, it's like you keep telling them, okay, well, what about that? Well, no, not that either. You know, okay, wishy-washy, pile 3. Your person is very wishy-washy. Very wishy-washy. 2 more. Tell pile 3 the truth. You stress me the fuck out. That's what they say. You stress your person out, pile 3. We'll find out why, if it's just an overall energy, because sometimes when this card comes out, especially lately, I've been picking up on it may not even be anything that you're saying or doing directly. It's just maybe, you know, your person, just your energy, the way you carry yourself, you know, kind of presses your person. And I just felt my throat try and close up right. Yeah. Okay, so for a lot of you guys, the reason why you stress your person out, it's not because of anything that you do or that you say. It's not because you argue with your person. It's nothing like that. The reason why you're stressing your person out is because you got standards. Okay, you got standards and you got boundaries, and I feel like that's what, yeah, a lot of you for pile 3, you guys have implemented some kind of a boundary, or you're upholding some kind of standard and expectation, and it's pressed in your person. Okay, your person is pressed to do the right thing by you, and if they don't, there's almost like a consequence if they don't. I'm not picking up necessarily on ultimatum energy, but it is one of those things like, yeah, I'm not picking up on ultimatum energy from you. I'm just picking up on something like, well, that's fine. If you're not going to step up for me, though, I'm leaving the door open for somebody who will, right? And they're feeling pressed by that. Pressed, okay, and impressed. They're both. They're feeling pressed and they're also impressed, all right? Whether they're pressed or not, and they are, okay, your person actually likes and is attracted to the fact that you stand up for yourself, pile 3. So, let's see. It was the right thing to do. All right, we'll find out what's going on here. At the back of the deck, we have you should let me go. You should let me go. I'm going to put this back over here so we can kind of get it out of the way. And I just heard them say you should probably let me go. It's not necessarily something that your person is wanting, but your person is kind of in, or at least acknowledging that you and them are not really on the same page about what it is you're wanting. I'm not even getting an energy of where it's like at this time, right? This almost feels like your person just doesn't plan on changing things for the foreseeable future. Yeah. Let's get to clarifying. Tell me more. So when it comes to your, like they said, I like things right where they're at. So whatever the dynamic is or whatever it has been, they don't want to change it. For many of you, it feels like it's more casual, non-committal, all right? For some of you, your person may be, you know, they may have a more serious, committed relationship with someone else, or at the very least, they have a responsibility to somebody else. And that, for a lot of you in this love triangle, I'm feeling like whatever that third party situation is, it holds more weight with your person, whether it's a specific person, a specific connection, third party to this, or if it's just like, you know, third parties in general. But your person is not, they like things right where they're at, but with the two of you, they're not interested right now in moving things forward or taking things to the next level. Okay. But we do have, I'm waiting for the right time. We'll find out what that's about. Okay. Because I'm very much getting a not for the foreseeable future energy with your person when it comes to them, you know, shifting things, moving things along, making progress in the connection, whatever the case may be. Let's see. Tell me about love triangle. Tell me more about the third party. Who is this third party to you, pile three's person? That's a lot. Somebody they're not giving up on. All right, they're not. It could be something that has, you know, it's a toxic bond because right underneath it we have the devil. Okay, so it could be with a Capricorn or a Capricorn energy. I mean, for some of you, you are the third party. You're going to know whether it or not that's the case. Okay. This devil energy, though, is a very toxic attachment. Even though it is toxic, it is also very highly magnetizing. But the fact that the fact that we have the devil, which can talk about toxic attachments, and we have judgment here. Judgment in this context can talk about breathing life into something, trying to keep it alive, right? I mean, this could be for both of you. We're going to do it this way. All right. Show me, let's see, pile three's person. Show me your energy towards pile three. Okay. All right. King of Wands. That's good. Now show me your energy towards the third party. Okay. Energies towards you are a lot more stable, okay, than they are towards the third party. The Knight of Swords in the reverse is their energy towards the third party. Very reckless. They're not thinking straight. They do before they, you know, really put any thought to it. Anything else that pile three needs to know about this third party dynamic? Yeah, okay. Yeah. They're not giving up the third party. They're just not pile three. They're not going to do it. What's the connection here? Why not? For some of you, it's just the time invested. This may have been someone that your person has known for quite some time. There's been time invested, resources invested. There could be drugs involved, okay? Sometimes with the devil that comes through. Yeah, I mean, that's a very specific message. If you know your person, you know, is kind of into that lifestyle, they party hard, you know what I mean? That's the draw, okay? And that may very well be why your person, pile 3, is in that energy of not willing to give up, okay? And the third party in this, context, yeah, I mean, it could be an actual person, okay? And if it involves kind of like a drug addiction, it's not so much the person as it is the addiction itself, the addiction to drugs, okay? The addiction to alcohol. Your person, so there's kind of a dual thing happening here. If it is an actual person, and this is where I'm talking to those of you where you know your person has a very hard partying lifestyle, or they like to party, they like to do drugs or drink, or whatever the case may be, that's the bond that they share with that person. It's drug related, okay? Substance related. It's fueled by that. That's what it is. But really what's coming through and shining through now is the addiction itself. It's not so much in that camp, okay? I'm talking to the people in that camp. It's not so much the person that they're not willing to give up on. It's the drugs. It's the substances. It's the addiction, okay? Just a heads up on that. Yeah, and then look, the Ace of Cups in the reverse at the back of the deck. Either it's not it's not love that's keeping them connected to the third party. It's not love, okay? It's a toxic attachment, and or, you know, it's an addiction, an actual addiction. It's not love though. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so no Delulu, pile 3. Your person's coming through and saying they'll do whatever it takes to get back into your good graces again, but what they're not going to do, they're not going to let go of that third party and or that addiction, okay? They're not going to do that. They'll do anything and everything but that, okay? What's I'm waiting for the right time? Tell me more about that. Whoa. Okay, this is I'm waiting for the right time to leave with the 8 of Cups in the upright position. I'm waiting for the right time to walk away. Walk away from what? And this is coming out right under, okay, I get it. See, now they're saying they're not opposed to leaving the third party and or the addiction, pile 3. They're not opposed to it, but there's something about timing here. They're waiting for the right time. Maybe they're just not ready and they feel like they have to wrap their head around it, okay? Why? There's the Queen of Wands, Page of Wands. Okay. Okay. There is something very magnetizing about that third party dynamic. Now again, we saw their energy towards you was the King of Wands, right? But no matter what the draw is with that third party, it doesn't really, yeah, there's attraction there, okay? Whether it's the addiction and or it's a third party, there's attraction there, but what I'm hearing is it doesn't hold a candle towards you, and they're waiting for the right time for that attraction to die down, and it is, okay? Have you heard someone, okay, you know, there's sometimes when people, and this is, Jesus, sorry, they're working outside and they're being really loud. There's a saying like, you know, I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. It's that kind of a thing. So that's what they're saying. Your person's not letting that third party person connection, drug addiction or whatever go until they get it out of their system. They got to get it out of their system. That's what it feels like. Huh. Interesting, but they're willing to walk away. And I actually, for a lot of you, I feel like your person, yeah. So, I mean, they're coming through in an energy where they know at some point they're going to have to walk away. It's better to walk away. They're just not ready to do it right now. Something about that they're saying needs to cycle out. It has to complete its cycle. It's got to, it started and now it's got to complete. The cycle has got to complete itself out. You know, I feel like there's something missing though. What is that? What's that got to do with? What am I missing here? That was the Five of Cups in the upright. They're remorseful about it. Now that they're in it, they regret they're in it now. Okay? There is some regrets that your person holds when it comes to this love triangle thing, but they're not ready to exit it out yet. Okay? There is a part of your person, pile 3, that regrets having entered into, you know, either the addiction and or the third party love triangle dynamic, but now that they're in it, you know, it's got to write itself out. Okay. Tell me more about you. Stress me the F out. Yeah. Your person feels like they're on a time crunch when it comes to you because you're not putting yourself, this is how they feel anyway. Your person knows that you're not holding yourself on a shelf and you're moving on. That's what is stressing them out, is you moving on, you not waiting around, them feeling like, you know, and what I'm hearing them say to themselves is, you know, pile 3 isn't going to wait around forever. I got to figure this out. I got to get my shit together. This is what I'm hearing them say. Okay. I got to figure this out. I got to get my shit together. Pile 1 isn't going to be, you know, isn't going to be here for long. So again, this doesn't feel like anything. I mean, you may have told them that, right? But it's not coming through in an ultimatum energy. It's just kind of like, listen, I don't have all day. You know, I'm not getting any younger, kind of a thing. I have desires, I have goals, I have dreams, and one of my goals and dreams is to be in a XYZ kind of a relationship, right? No pressure. Really, right? Like, no pressure, honestly. It's like, I would rather that be with you. And if that's not you, if that's not where you want to be, you know, what you're saying to your person, pile 3, and your person's listening. They took everything you said to heart, right? We said that in the very beginning. Your person listened to you, and they're taking you very seriously with that. You're stressing them out because it's like they know that you could move on in any minute. You know, they know that you could, you know, bump into your own third party, and then it wouldn't be a love triangle, it'd be a love square. Right? And so yeah, the idea of you moving on with someone else, you know, is really stressing your person out. Tell me more about it was the right thing to do. They may have taken some kind of a, they may have taken a love offer off of the table. That may be it. With you should let me go at the bottom of the deck, that may have been them releasing you, right? And possibly for some of you, I'm hearing in favor of a third party. But they're saying that that was the right thing to do. That's what they feel. They felt like that was the right thing to do at the time. Why was that? Why? Why do you think that was the right thing to do, pile 3's person? Okay, yeah. So they're seeing you as the Queen of Wands because you deserve better. Okay, what they had to give you, because of the third party, possibly because of the addiction, it was like you deserve better. Believe it or not, pile 3, that was almost their way of honoring the connection because your person just wasn't, you know, now they're coming through in the King of Wands energy. That's what they know they need to show up as in order to match your energy and to be your divine counterpart, right? The third party, the addiction, whatever the case may be, could be both, showing up in the Page of Wands energy. So yeah, there's some influence and there's some magnetism there, but it doesn't hold a candle to what they got with you. Okay, they do want to highlight that, but and at the same time, it's like there's something karmic about this love triangle. Okay, there's something karmic about it. Now that it's, now that they got into it, now that it got started, it's got to ride out. It's got to cycle out on its own. They can't leave it prematurely for you. It's got to complete its cycle. Your person's got to learn what they got to learn from it, whatever the case may be. Okay. Yeah. All right. What we're going to do now, you guys, is get some direct messages from them to you, and then we're going to close your reading. So while I am getting these out, if you got from this reading what you came to the reading for, make sure, take a moment, if you would, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to show your appreciation as well as energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know what Polly you picked. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family by hitting the subscribe button, as well as a notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. All right, pile three's person. No bullshit. What do you want to say to pile three? What truth do you want to speak to pile three? I don't want to let you go. Yeah, they don't want to let you go. They don't want you going anywhere, pile three, no matter what they got going on in some kind of a love triangle. All right, no matter what that is. The reason why your person might be coming through in this energy of absolutely refusing, because they don't know. They don't know what or how long it's going to take for that cycle to finish out. But they don't want you going anywhere. You are who they have their long-term goals with, but they don't know what's happening in the short term. They don't know how long it's going to take for that cycle with that third-party dynamic, that love triangle to close out. They have no clue. But they, and your person may not be very, realistic or even logical in this thinking, but they want you to be there when it does. Okay? Because they have their long-term vision is with you. What I'm hearing, and this is no Delulu, okay? You're the one that they actually see themselves growing old with, spending the rest of their life with. But there is this thing here, like in the interim, and it could be years, your person is saying, a long time. They have no clue. They don't know how long it's going to take for the energy in this love triangle with the third party and or the addiction. They don't know how long it's going to take for that energy to dry out, I just heard. Okay? They don't want to let you go, though. All right, pile three's person. What truth do you want to speak to pile three? No Delulu. Okay, so in the upright position, that says, I know I messed up everything, but it flipped out in the reverse. And so they don't feel like they did. They don't feel like they messed everything up. Now, they're not saying that they didn't make a huge, colossal mistake. They're not saying that, but they don't think that whatever that mistake is, that it messed everything up, okay? Your person does have quite a bit of confidence when it comes to the power of your guys' bond. They don't think that they're seeing your guys' connection as very resilient and capable of withstanding the test of time, storms, blowouts, whatever the case may be. Okay, they're not saying that they didn't make some colossal mistakes and they didn't make some wrong moves. They're not saying that, but they don't believe that it's messed everything up. They believe that this connection can still be salvaged. All right, pile three. All right, pile three's person. Yeah, that's why they got themselves, that's what happened with this love triangle. Look at that. I lost myself for a little while. They weren't, and then at the back of the deck, it says, I'm not over you. They're not. They weren't, what they're saying, pile three, when it came to, like, when they allowed themselves to get into this third party dynamic and or the addiction, they weren't thinking clearly. They weren't themselves. They weren't thinking clearly. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're saying. They lost themselves for a little while and they kind of just stumbled into that mess. But now that they're in that mess, that it needs, they have to stay in it basically and let it write itself out, okay? And your person doesn't know how long that's going to be or how long that's going to take. Um Now I see why a lot of you, your person is kind of going into that hermit mode because they're questioning things now. When they lost themselves, they may have thought they were seeing things clearly or feeling things clearly, but then something may have happened and then they realize like, oh, what did I just do, right? There's something very karmic about that love triangle, third party addiction kind of a thing. All right, we got family tree. There's a lot of stuff. Twin flame. Wow. And breakthrough. Okay, so for those of you that do believe in twin flame dynamics, your person is, you know, coming through and saying they feel the same way. If not, if, you know, this is just letting me know as a reader that your person feels something that's unparalleled and unmatched, the bond and the chemistry and the connection that you guys have. And I see it come through in the tarot too. You know, them seeing themselves, or, you know, their energy coming through as the King of Wands, yours coming through as the Queen of Wands, or vice versa, right? The divine masculine, divine feminine. Definitely, you guys are definitely coming through as divine counterparts, and your person is recognizing that. That's what's important. Your person sees it now. All right, they see that now. They didn't see it before. They didn't recognize it before, which is why they lost themselves and they got themselves into, you know, a really messy third-party situation that now they're having to stay in and let right out. Okay. Look at this. It says breakthrough. It says they are planning right now to come towards you to ask for a second chance. Expect communication real soon. Yeah, didn't I say earlier that your person is wanting to have a sit down talk, like they want to have a sit down talk with you? This is saying that's coming, and it not only is it coming, but it's coming real soon. Your person, I feel for a lot of you, no Delulu, you guys, your person's getting ready to get really real with you about things. No holds barred, no bullshit, like they're really about to come clean for a lot of you. Clean being the operative word. For those of you where you know or maybe even suspect that your person might have some kind of an addiction problem, they're going to come clear. They're going to come clean to you about it. Let you know what you're up against and what you're dealing with. For others of you, you know, that sit down talk, that honest communication might be your person telling you, like, you know, pile 3, you're the one that I want to end up with, you know, and I gotta do things right by the third party. I gotta let this right out. I can't just drop them. You know, there's something, it's weird. I don't get what the loyalty or why. The only thing I can say or think of or what's coming through is that it's karmic. And it could very well be for some of you, your person may be tied to, it could be tied to the third party in some way that they can't just, you know, snap their fingers and walk away. Okay, there might be some actual practical things where it would be a process. There's a process that your person may have to go through, which could very well be related to 3D things, right? Especially if your person and the third party may have started a business together and maybe started a family together. The family part's not the strongest. It could be, but it feels like there's something about your person's life and the third party's life, right? For those of you where the third party part resonates, the love triangle, that's intertwined, and there's a process that your person knows there's a process of unmeshing or what do they call that? Because right now there's things about their lives that are intertwined. It could be lots of things. It could be, friend groups, could be business dealings, could be finances or something about it. And it's not just an easy snap, get over it, walk away and be done. There's like a separation of things. It's a process, right? And that's one of the other reasons why your person is saying, like, I'm waiting for the right time, because it's a process. I can't just walk away. It could be a dissolution of marriage or something like that. It could be having to move out or what the case may be. But, yeah, I feel like your person is wanting to sit down and talk to you about that, because they want to let you know, pile 3, what they're thinking and how they're feeling. Like, yeah, they can't, for whatever reason right now, offer you anything, let alone anything stable, but they want to. And there's an adamancy that is coming through. Like, they're almost adamant about that. Like, they know they can't control you, and it would be dumb for them to ask for you to wait for them, but they just want you to know, for whatever reason, you're the one they want to end life with, right? And I don't mean that, literally, like they want to spend, the rest of their life with you. They want to end it with you. They want to grow old with you, that kind of a thing. But I am kind of seeing like there's a significant amount of time of separation that your person is kind of acknowledging here, like a good block chunk of time, okay, where the two of you cannot be together, not working towards anything super serious. Now, they're not saying, for a lot of you, I'm not seeing what your person is saying you can't have nothing to do with each other. They're referencing very specifically, they cannot give you a commitment, because I feel like their commitment might be, for a lot of you, it's with someone else. And that karmic commitment is needing to close out on its own naturally. There's a process to that. And I do feel like for a lot of you, the process has already started. It's already unraveling. But it's still going to take some time. It's still going to drag out for longer. It could be months. For some of you, it still feels like it might be years. Okay. And that's pressing your person, because they're like, oh my God, your person is not expecting you. They want you to wait, but they're not expecting you to wait that long. Okay. Family tree says there's cultural differences, different values, beliefs, or tradition that pose a challenge to this connection. What is that? And actually, I think I'm going to get one more card, because I did kind of feel like I was supposed to put that one back. That might be a side note. Your person might be just kind of clocking that a little bit. That's for those of you where you have, core difference in values, right? I'll put that over here. Give me one more. Your messages to pile, your true messages. Okay, they're saying that may be one of the things they also want to talk about, okay? Whatever that difference may be. That's one of the things they want to talk to you about. For some of you, it could be a difference in religion or spiritual beliefs, political beliefs. For those of you, if you have kids, they'll want, if you have kids or you want to have kids, there's something about kids coming through. They'll want to talk about that, all right? Maybe core differences on raising kids or wanting kids or something like that. Give me one more. Your true messages to pile 3. At last. Oh, yeah. This is, they don't want you to give up now when you've come this far, because it will all be worth it. They don't want you to give up. They don't want you to move on, but they're not being unrealistic in the realization that you could, and that's why they're pressed. That's why you're stressed. That's why they're feeling stressed out over you and the connection, because they know you could meet someone else any day and end up falling in love, and whatever the case may be. Yeah. And then at the back of the deck, we have game over. They fear your wrath. They know you're no longer entertaining half-hearted effort. That's what it is. It's not so much your wrath they're fearing. It's the fact that you're not accepting half-hearted behavior anymore. They know that they risk the chance of someone else coming along and claiming you and giving you everything that you want and showing up for you in every way that you ask them to, and being mutually attracted and blah, blah, blah. And you moving on, right? That's what they fear. They fear you moving on. All right, pile 3, that was your reading. I hope that it resonated. And I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys.